Hey guys, and welcome back. This is game 4 in the match between the Etherials and the Dapper Dan squad in the Winter Series 2016. This was the first round in the bottom bracket. Both teams were beaten by their opponents last week, hence they faced off, and while things have not exactly gone Dapper Dan's way, Etherials will be moving on next round after securing victories on the first 3 games of the series. You could say the rest of these games will be played out for fun, but we'll just have to see how they go, see how serious these guys get. Look, I love Myth, oh yeah, see, Jarrell's still giving it his all. Can't break that man's heart. Unless maybe you're a bottle of wine. But hey, let's get on here. So, for the Dapper Dan, they have Vihan, Switch, New Mutator, VFP, Jaral, Cryptos, and HMP, and on the Etherials we have Note Master, Mouse Leisure, Renwood, Revan, YOLO, and Freak Nasty. Differences in the trades. You will notice Etherials not opting for any brigands. They are loading up on artillery, spiders, stigs, fetch. They don't want anything to do with brigs. They get one thrall. On top of that, I'm sure it will be a deciding factor. Who knows though, because that one thrall could protect a tag out from 2 spiders, you know. And over here for Dapper Dan, we got some more brigs. You know, same amount of fetch as the staple of the map is to max your fetch, max your stigs, as they will be key contributors in the main battle. Unless both of the teams decide to switch it up and go heavy on the flanks, we can expect them to both face off mid. The north team should get the mid tag first, as well as the northeast, whereas the south team should be able to secure the southwest flag first. And just going over the fetchers in this game. HMP, Cryptos, and VFP all have fetch for Dapper Dan. New Mutator getting a Heron instead of VFP, and VFP also only has 2 fetch, whereas HMP and Crypt, they got 3. Over here for Etherials, we have Revan, YOLO, and Freak Nasty on the fetch. It looks like a similar split here, 3-3-2, with Revan only taking 2 fetch, 2 YOLO, and Freak Nasty's 3. I know. YOLO and Revan both have 3. Freak Nasty with 2. So let's check out what these teams are sending on the flanks. Dapper Dan sending spiders, going to go check out the area. They're going to stick some brigs on these back flags, and up in the west, the northwest, we have Renwood and No Master moving for this southwest flag. No Master also moving a tag towards the northeast, probably able to secure it. YOLO secures mid for Etherials, getting there before the southern flag. So I was absolutely wrong about that, and perhaps that's because Dapper Dan opted not to send Spiders mid. But we'll have to see as the teams get ready to face off mid here with their fetch. We're gonna put some focus here. And let's get rid of the health bars. And Cryptos' Stig applying the pressure, able to poke away at YOLO's fetch. Revan losing all 3 of his fetch as well. 2 Jarl souls to the opponent's Stigs and souls, an overall abundance of units, and already we have a 3-6 fetch advantage. They might take out Freak Nasty's fetch right there with one more shot, and yep, Jarl's gonna secure the kill. All of the fetch, besides YOLO's remaining fetch for the Etherials, have just been wiped out, and Meanwhile, Dapper Dan moving across the northern part of the map. They also secured... Oh, they have not yet secured Flag 3. It seems they've been chased off by No Master. And we will now see the Dapper Dan squad pushing up through mid. Where did this BC prowess and this coordination come from? They knew they didn't have the mid tag and just went right up there, pushed it, secured the tag, and then just went on a rampage, resulting in a 30% differential in unit percentage. Really good stuff by then. If only we had seen this a little earlier in the matches, it'd be a little more closely contested now, as it almost seems as if the Etherials have given up after they've won. And Renwood's gonna try and take out some fetch here, but it seems he's being cornered. And he's gonna start getting flanked by a Vi for power. So, the Dapper Dan only need Flag 3 left as Renwood takes out a fetch in the last seconds there. And begins to lay hell on the opponent's other fetch over here. Meanwhile, the Etherials, they still need 4 more flags. 41%, 78%. I mean, it's basically a 2 to 1% ratio of units right now in favor of Dapper Dan. So they are probably going to come down to this bottom flag and secure it, as the Etherials simply do not have enough to scope out and overcome these last few held positions by the Dapper Dan.
Five minutes remaining.
So we have a 50% advantage in favor of the Dapper Dan squad. They weren't able to secure Flag 3 right there, but it looks like one final effort is all that remains. And as the last of the ethereal forces get surrounded, we have text messages going off.
Flag captured.
And that will do it. They're able to just tag it out without any endgame BC. We got a 55% advantage to the Dapper Dan squad. Now let's go through these statistics and see what we got. 6 kills, 6 losses for Vihan, who captained his team's first victory of the day. Just one game too late. Good job telling his team to push, and I think he gave the right players the right units here. His fetchers were on point. I thought the players who had souls appropriately had them, and it all came together very nicely. Cryptos 13 and 2, 43 damage, putting in work with his fetch. Same with HMP 12 and 3 with 46 damage, leading his team and the game in damage. Cryptos and HMP combined had more damage than the entire Etherials team, if you'll notice. Switch 7 and 0, very nicely done. Did not expect that out of Switch, who usually throws his units away in order for the game type, but that did not happen here. He nuts 15 damage. Good job taking units off the map. Jarl Toad 5 6, 8 damage. He had What do you have? He had some souls. They were poking holes, helping with that main mid part of the map push, taking out the enemy fetch. New Mutator 4-1, playing his part, 23 damage. Nicely done, New Mutator. I believe he also had some souls. Maybe I'm wrong though. Probably am. But he put in his work. Or yeah, he did have some souls. There they are. Doing much better with his souls this game than his archers last game, that is for sure. And over here we have 5 for power. 4 kills, 0 losses, 20 damage. You know, it's the 420 strategy. Played without losses, just like Switch. That's good stuff, man. Actually out-damaging Switch. What did Vi have? Vi also had some fetch. You can see there, his fetch right there has all 4 of the kills for all of his units combined. And down here we have the Etherials, no Master 8 and 19, many of those losses coming from spiders, only netting 11 damage. There's no whites on the map, so to see more losses than damage inflicted, that's definitely disappointing and almost concerning. But then again, we all play for fun. And he did a great job captaining those first 3 games, just fell short here. Perhaps the wrong players had the wrong units. Maybe it was a distribution issue. Perhaps after tagging mid, he could have suggested his team just play safe on the side of the river, because that South Fourth gets up to the mid part. Even if North gets the tag first, their units just push right up there much easier than the north side. Perhaps there's a size difference or a pathing difference in the terrain they have to go through. I'm not exactly sure. But, yeah, so tough game for no Master. Although you could say Etherials, they're on their way to the next match, and they're thinking about that rather than being in the moment. Freak Nasty, 3 kills, 3 losses, 9 damage. Interesting to see how the guys with the least damage right here, YOLO 3 and 4 with 7 damage, and Freak Nasty 3 with 9 damage. You know, somehow they're still at the top of the leaderboard in kills over here, but perhaps if their souls had spread a little bit more and they had 1 or 2 melee units to help poke the enemy fetch, maybe they could have played a more important role, gave their team a better chance here. And last but not least, we have Revan, 0 and 4, 19 damage. I believe he had a bunch of fetch, and they were the first losses mid. They got zapped to pieces and essentially started a steamroll effect for the Etherials, where they would just get run over mid over here. Really important is keeping your fetch spaced. Little tip, you could go into fear, go change your observer constants, and make a formation that's just specifically for being able to keep your fetch spaced out enough where 1 fetch blast will not hit both of them, or will do very minimal damage. I found it pretty effective myself, so feel free to try that out in the future. And yeah, that'll wrap up Game 4. Dapper Dan able to renew their sense of hope, even though they have lost the match. They did win Game 4. It goes to 3-1 in the Ethereals' favor, and we will be moving on to Game 5. I apologize for the phone ring earlier, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. I will see you in the next game.
Game over.
Jarl securing the last tag. Good stuff, man.